Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Love Queendom. This is a space of love and joy and peace and abundance and all the good things. And here at the Love Queendom, we talk about spiritual ascension and how to create your own reality. On today's episode, you guys, I wanted to do like a quick addendum to my 3-part series on how to escape the matrix. And the question that I wanted to answer was, how will I know when I've successfully ejected from the matrix? And that is a very good question because, if you're on this journey of learning how to control your reality, shifting timelines, ascending in your frequency, etc., it's like, how do I know that what I'm doing is actually yielding results and taking me somewhere? So step number 1 is, if you are doing the work to clear out your consciousness and shift yourself into a higher frequency, particularly using my Ascension Program and other similar types of energy manipulation sort of practices, you're going to start feeling different, okay? That is if you are maintaining awareness of yourself and how you're thinking and how you're feeling, okay? You will feel different. If you're in a very, very low vibration and a low level timeline, you will feel a lot better gradually, right? Usually what happens is that you have these kind of up and down spikes throughout the day until you're fully stable in the new frequency. So 1 minute you may be feeling like really good and really positive and just feeling in a really good overall energy. And then you might kind of come down from that a little bit and not feel totally great, right? That is all part of the process. It's totally normal. But if you're very aggressive with shifting yourself into a higher frequency, into a higher timeline, and you keep listening to the Ascension Program, eventually you will stabilize. And this can take months. It can even take maybe up to a year, depending on where you're starting from, okay? So that's number 1, is that you will start feeling different, okay? And with that different feeling, what starts to happen is that all of the things that used to really kind of worry you or preoccupy your mind, or most importantly, things that used to feel kind of relevant to you, will no longer feel relevant to you. It's like you'll know that all of this stuff that you used to pay attention to, it still exists, but it's like it will feel really far away from you, right? Because realities are based on what you can feel. So if you are not in a feeling state where you can feel into like negative stuff, all of the negative stuff going on in the world is going to feel really far from you. And it's not even going to feel like something you should or could be worried about, like you just won't feel it. Period. The end. You won't feel it. And that is exactly what you want. Okay. And that is how you will know you are no longer on the matrix timeline, because you're not going to feel whatever it is that they're talking about on the news or on social media that's negative, or when you go to work, like whatever your coworkers are talking about that's negative. That stuff is going to be completely irrelevant for you. And what also starts to happen is that things will kind of energetically start shifting around you. So the dynamics of your relationships with people may start to change, right? And some people may fall out of your reality completely. That is totally normal. You have to be prepared for that. Some people, the dynamics of your relationship with them will just change. So maybe if you used to be really close to someone, you may not be as close with them anymore, or you may not necessarily relate to them, as much as you used to, because now you're kind of in a different mind space, right? You're in a different energy. So if they're still like really in the old energy, unless you're very aware that they're in a different place than you are and you kind of know how to meet them where they're at, you're kind of just going to feel not totally relatable to these people anymore. Your friends and family, they will still be there. They're still going to exist. But like I said, the dynamics of your relationships will change. And I personally think one of the beautiful things is that people that used to really like annoy you or disturb you or be toxic in your life, that stuff will no longer affect you, right? Because again, energetically, you just will not be in a feeling state where that type of dynamic can come into your reality. So like, let's say you have a really toxic boss, something will happen that will cause this person to fall out of your reality so that your reality can be easy, okay? Either you'll get like moved to another department, or they're going to leave, or they'll get fired, or you might even get fired, okay? But all of this stuff is for your good. It's for your benefit. And like, once you start doing this stuff and shifting yourself and your reality starts changing and you're paying attention, whatever happens, don't try to fight it. Okay? Do not try to fight anything. Allow things to flow. Stay in alignment with yourself. Okay? Do not try to grasp and control onto things out of fear. Just allow everything to shift and keep yourself calm and centered. And then you will see everything is working out beautifully for your highest good, because now you are on a higher timeline, okay? So this is how you'll know, okay, is that you'll start to feel different and the dynamics around you will start changing, okay? Things that used to feel relevant to you will no longer feel relevant. You will no longer feel like the goings on of the world, the inflation, the recession, war, this, crime, all of that stuff will feel totally not relevant to you, okay? Anything else that seems, like normal concerns of the world that people are having in your day-to-day reality, relationship problems, like all this stuff, okay, is not going to feel like anything that's relevant to you. You'll just be in a good energy all the time, and you will just kind of naturally know and feel that, yeah, like I'm good, no matter what, I'm good. So once you get into that feeling and you are stable in that feeling, that's when you know you fully ejected out of the matrix, right? And you may still have, like I said, your normal life, like your job, and like you may still live in the same place or whatever, but how everything feels will be completely different, and you will see shifts in your life, okay? And some of these shifts may seem negative at first, but trust me, everything is working out for your highest good if you can just trust and keep your mind oriented in a positive direction, which the Ascension Program will absolutely help you with that as well. So that is my answer to this question. I probably will, do more follow-up about the Matrix, escaping the Matrix, answering more questions that may come up for people that come across my content. But a big thing as well is really to stay aware, okay? Because what starts happening when you are shifting yourself is that your mind starts changing as well, okay? So energetically, like you're becoming a new version of yourself. So even a lot of things like from the past will seem very far away from you, like because these things were like in a different timeline that you're no longer on. So it will almost feel like a lot of stuff never even happened, and that's totally normal. But this is why it's very important for you to like stay aware as you're doing this, so that you can kind of know that your mind is shifting, that you're changing, you know, you're paying attention to kind of the subtle shifts going on around you. So things are not just like shifting around you and then you're all of a sudden like, oh my God, I don't know what's happening, or I don't know where I am. No, like you have to be very stable and grounded and observant. Yeah, that's a good word. Very observant, very aware throughout this process. And the way that I teach people to do this is very aggressive and it's very fast, right? Because we don't know like the way the world is going. You don't want to be struggling to try and pull yourself into a higher frequency, like just on your own, right? Like you need aggressive energy work to really get you there and get you there quickly. That is what my method is designed to do. But, you know, the downside of that is that because it is very aggressive, it can be kind of jarring for people if you do what I tell you to do. And you're not really like staying grounded with yourself and paying attention and, you know, just kind of being easy and gentle with yourself through the process. So I hope this answers the question, and I will see you guys in the next episode.